Hey agents, with Title Update 12, we're introduced to the optimization station, which gives us another avenue to get those god rolled pieces. However, with the good comes the bad, and that it's very costly to fully optimize an attribute. I've heard from a few members of the community that they're really angry with how much optimization costs. While I'm not that happy with how much it costs, I'm not really that upset either. I kind of understand that you shouldn't be just handed something, you have to work for it. So I'd like to hear from you guys and what your thoughts are in the comments below. Do you think optimization costs are too high? Should they be higher? Or do you think they're just right? So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I consider to be the fastest way to fully optimize your gear. Before we start, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and ding that notification bell so you know when there's new videos. And if you're looking for someone to game with, you can find me and other players in the Militia Discord server. The link is in the description below. Alright, as discussed in the intro, it's very expensive to optimize your gear. So for example, if we look at chests and we come down here to one I'm actually in the process of optimizing right now, which is my pristine example. So you could see I'm optimizing weapon damage. You could see where it costs, it'll take 229 chest weave bundles, 117 field recon data, 66 black tusk tactical assessment bundles, and 46 shade calibrations to actually optimize this one level. I also will have one more level to go to fully optimize it, which is going to be even more expensive. It's like, 300 chest weave bundles and blah, blah. I don't know what the rest of them are once I get there, but I believe it's 300 chest weave as opposed to 229. So it gets very pricey. Now, what's the best way to acquire these pieces? The simplest ones to get are the field recon data and shade calibration. So those ones, just buy them straight out of your scavenging resources here. These is the cheapest way to buy these. They're just too expensive to craft. So using one shade for using one reward for one shade calibration is great, and then 2 field recon data you get for one shade claiming 1 reward. So that's definitely worth it. Buy them here. All right, now to get weave bundles, I'm gonna tell you should just deconstruct whatever piece you need. If it's a chest piece, gloves, go buy them and just deconstruct them. So earlier today, I was actually optimizing a FAMAS, so I was purchasing these SOCOM M16s for 84.84, and obviously you can see I have no more E credits. However, to get E credits, simply just go to your watch, scavenger points, and for one for one claim reward, you get 10,000 creds. So it's one claim reward for one of those pieces, as opposed to trying to purchase all the ceramics, polycarbonate, steel, carbon fibers, electronics, whatever 3 components you need to actually make one of the bundles or make the piece. Much cheaper to just use it on 1 credit. It's 10k, and when you think about it, one cred, so using 1 reward gets you 10k. So if I purchase a SOCOM, that's 84.84, that leaves me over 1600 left over. After a few of those, I get a free one, so much better to buy this. Also, there are other vendors. If you can't find it here, you have the clan vendor, you have the theater, you have the campus, you have Casey Mendoza, and then you can go over to New York and go to Haven to see if they have the piece you need. Also, if they don't have the piece you need as a high end, but they do have it as a gear set, it's fine. It'll work. This will actually give you the weave bundle as well. So this will give me a holster weave bundle if I need those. So remember that. You can use gear sets as well. Now, unfortunately, the easiest way to get tactical assessment bundles is by crafting them. So you have to go in your crafting bench and go down to optimizations. Now, you want to make sure you go out and you get all your blueprints. You're going to have to go do CP3s or run Summit and get that stuff. I think CP3s are probably the easiest way to do this. So you're going to want to go out and do some CP3s to get all of your craft materials. So as you can see here, like we discussed earlier, so you can actually create, you can craft field recon data, but look how expensive it is. Much easier to just use one of those rewards from the scavenger points. So same thing with shade calibration. And then you look at the actual, here's what we're talking about when I said to purchase the weapons or pieces, gear pieces, and deconstruct them for the part. You can see how expensive it is. 270 steel, 195 carbon fiber, and receiving components 450. Not worth it. Much easier to buy the component, deconstruct it. Now, however, we get down to the tactical assessment bundles. You got the black tusk, cleaners, hyenas, outcast, rikers. These you gotta create. Typically these are the ones you need the least amount of anyway, so it's not too bad. Or I don't think it's the least, but it's close to it. It's like the second least. So this isn't too bad. You're just gonna have basically, most of them are always, the first item is 350, second item is 250, and always printer filaments for 100. Not too bad. It's gonna take you a few to craft, but it's not that bad. All right, now that we covered how to optimize, you're probably saying to yourself, but Manny, I only have so many scavenger points, or I've used them all up. So let's just remember, you could tell I have 1558 shade level. Not huge, not high. I play on the weekends. I don't play during the week. I try not to burn myself out. I do know a lot of guys that have 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. I've even seen one guy with 10K. So a lot of scavenger points out there, right? And you got to remember your first, well, not first, but 800 of those are going to be going towards your attributes. So that means I have 758 scavenger points that I can use on my gear pieces. Don't forget that you have alts and that shade level is account wide for all your level 40 characters. And you have a shared stash. So what you want to do is any gear you want to optimize, move to your stash, go to your alt, log into your alt, and just use his scavenging points. You are able to have up to 4 characters per account. If you did what I said earlier in the video, level your alt. You have a whole bunch more scavenger reward points. But still, if you're like me, you don't have that 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 shade level, so you're limited on scavenger points. So I have another way for you to get more scavenger points. First thing I want you to do is log on to one of your alts, check his gear, make sure he has no gear that you want to keep, make sure it's in your stash and you don't have any, make sure you used up all your scavenging resources, and at that point, we're going to log out. And basically say goodbye and delete the character. Now create a new agent. And if you're like me, you have Warlords of New York, you can get a free boost to 30. So head on over to New York. So now this is not a character I plan on keeping. So I'm just going to basically a couple quick edits to it, and then we're just going to start playing it. All right, so now it took me about 3 to 3.5 hours to actually level this character from 30 to 40. You do have to go through the whole campaign. You have to do all 4 boroughs. Basically like a manhunt now. You have to do the 4 lieutenants and then kill Keener at the end. I like to believe I could maybe get it down to about 2.5 hours if I optimize some of the running. I haven't run the campaign in a while, so I kind of forgot some of the things. But, you know, it's neither here nor there. It wasn't too bad, 3 hours. And I had 758 scavenger points to use to optimize. All right, so the last thing I want to mention before we close out is if you have a bunch of scavenger points, but not enough on one character to optimize a piece, and what you want to do is spend the remainder of your rewards on e-creds. Once you've spent all your rewards, then go find a vendor that's selling a piece that you need a weave bundle for, buy them all up. Once your inventory is all full, run over to your stash and start unloading those into it. Once you filled your stash up, log into your another character and open the stash for that character, select all of those, for this case, ARs, and then you want to basically deconstruct them all. Now this character has all the AR weave bundles, and he can actually, once he has enough, he can actually then optimize a weapon. And you didn't waste any scavenger points. And that's all I have today. So I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please hit that like button below and leave a comment if you have any questions or any optimization tricks you have learned. I'd love to hear those. If you'd like to see more content like this, then please smash that subscribe button, and you can also hit me up when I'm live over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Maniocrity, where I stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evening starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, agents, happy hunting.